In a world of constant motion and ceaseless distractions, finding a moment of peace can feel like an elusive luxury. The allure of technology, the demands of everyday life, and the perpetual rush often pull us into a whirlwind of chaos, leaving little room for quiet reflection. Where success is often equated with hustle and grind, there exists a longing for something more. Could there be another way? Well, in 1967, the famous author Napoleon Hill answered this very question. He published his final book, Grow Rich with Peace of Mind. He discovered that true success isn't just about accumulation. It's about finding harmony within oneself and with the world around us. One that honors both ambition and inner peace. Rediscover Napoleon Hill's timeless wisdom. Think and Grow Rich with Peace of Mind, an online event that dares to challenge the frenetic rhythm of our modern world. Something is coming.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. So wonderful to be here. My name is Kiara Sharp. I am the spiritual advisor at the Napoleon Hill Institute and also the president of the Australian division. I have the pleasure of being here today in this special bonus session with Jeff Cameron, the principal teacher, one of the principal teachers at Napoleon Hill. Hey, Jeff.
Hello. I'm happy to be here.
Great to be here with you. I always love coming in. I love it. And today we've got the absolute privilege of being here. This is a bonus session. I'm trusting everyone's enjoyed immensely this powerful event. Hasn't it been amazing, Jeff? So good.
It's been so good. So many insights. I've been doing a lot of the stuff behind the scenes for it, and it's just constant downloads. It's amazing.
Yeah. And of course, it's all based around a very important topic, which is peace of mind. And we're here today to talk to you about the importance of meditation. And I know many of you probably already do meditate, and some of you may not. I mean, how many times in a day do you actually stop to just focus on your breath? That is a form of meditation. Just to stop in the busyness of your day. If you're caught up in stress or overwhelm, it is so important to just stop. Because what happens in that moment is that you align with you. You come to the present moment. Your mind is cleared. It's so simple, and yet we forget to do it when we're caught up in overwhelm, stress, rajas, just all the things that are happening in life. And it just takes 1 or 2 minutes, really, to focus on the breath. It's so, so important. And so we couldn't not have this conversation with you today to really help you develop a more powerful sense of peace in your life.
Yeah, even when you were saying that, I was feeling it. It just I was feeling slight nerves coming on here, but it really does just take a simple breath just to get you outside of whatever you're caught in your mind and just to focus back into the present moment. And you know you're doing it right because it feels really, really good. And I was so happy that we were doing this event, Peace of Mind. And I don't think it's a coincidence that this is the last book that Napoleon Hill wrote, because it really is so profoundly important in the modern day and age. It was almost like he was preparing us for what was to come. And so we really do have so many distractions, technology, and now AI. It's going to be endless and it's going to be amazing. But what mindfulness and meditation can do is actually ground you back into the present moment. It can ground you into this world. And as things get more haywire out there and technology increases, it's important to focus on the other side of it, which is living from the inside out, finding that peace within, not needing anything, living from the inside out. And from that place, from that rooted place, miracles happen. And that's really what we want to convey to you here.
Yes. And I love that. I love that this event is all based around his last book, Grow Rich with Peace of Mind. It is so important. And Jeff's exactly right. Like, you know, technology, AI, everything, it's all advancing us, moving us forward. But in my personal belief is that we need to remember to come back to us. We're the real deal. We are the ones that will access true peace within ourselves.
That's
And
so
when you
true.
really think about that, you know, I really want you to think about the fact that you, me, we are responsible for inner peace, the inner peace that goes on within us. Nothing outside of us can do it. We are the ones. So it's so important, like Jeff said, inside out. And so it makes sense that meditation, the breath work, that mindfulness be a daily part. How do I say it? It's a ritual. You make it a ritual every day. Yeah. What were you going to say then, Jeff?
Oh, I was just going to interject that it's true that, you know, with AI and all this technology and stuff, as it's expanding, it's almost like a miracle. But the reality is we have connection to infinite intelligence that's always been within us. There's a natural technology that has been installed at birth that we can tap into, and it's well beyond anything that someone's produced. It's within. So if you take the time to learn this, you're going to be tapping into your own storehouse of infinite intelligence, your own AI. But yeah, and I also wanted to note that I think for some people out there, meditation can almost seem a little bit woo-woo. And there definitely is a spiritual aspect to it big time, and it increases your intuition and all of that. But it's also just very practical. Think of your mind like a computer. When your computer is running a bunch of programs in the background, your computer slows down and it's less effective. When you practice slowing down, when you practice meditation, you're actually freeing up that energy, those programs, those things that are pulling you away from the present moment. And that energy, that spaciousness is reclaimed back into yourself. And from that space, you're so much more effective. You can be in the spirit of whatever you're involved in, and life will unfold much more peacefully, and it will be a quantum leap. You'll be more effective and magical things will happen. I have firsthand experience with this. If you don't meditate, we're going to show you how to do it. Get involved, because if you're not doing it, you're missing out. And that's my sales pitch.
Oh, I love it. I love everything you said then, Jeff. It's so, so, so important to understand that. And it truly is so simple. You know, I've taught meditation for many, many years. And, you know, someone asked me yesterday, a client asked me yesterday, do I write up a script when I'm giving a meditation? Do I prepare for giving meditation at any time whatsoever? And my answer was no. I have never in my 30 years of teaching meditation written out a preparation. And I'm sharing this with you because whether I'm facilitating and guiding you in a meditation or you're doing meditation yourself, the moment you stop, close your eyes, focus on your breath, the energy that you truly are in this physical body is allowed to come through. You actually invite the energy of spirit to and through you. So the minute you stop and you focus on your breath, and you don't even have to close your eyes. If you want, and you've got some beautiful imagery on a screen, you can actually be open-eyed while you're meditating and look at this beautiful imagery. if you want to, if there's nothing else around you that's going to distract you, ideally, close your eyes. If you can't, have your eyes open looking at beautiful imagery, then close your eyes. That's the safest thing to do, to stay present and stay connected to you. But when I facilitate a meditation, whether it's in person, online, recording, whatever, I just tune in and allow it to come to and through me. And you do the same when you're meditating. You're focusing on your breath. You're breathing life force energy to and through you. You immediately feel a letting go. And that's one of the biggest parts about meditation, is it has you let go. Let go of what doesn't serve you. Let go of things you can't control. And in fact, the reason why you want to meditate is so that you are more divinely inspired every day, so that you can receive the actions, the inspirations of actions to take every day. You come from this place of knowing when you provide yourself this space to meditate, to stop. And again, it is so simple, and yet I believe it's underused. And we've got it right inside of us, Jeff, don't we? Like this is something we can do ourselves every day. We don't even need anyone guiding us per se. We just do it ourselves.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think that is a misconception, that we need some perfect technique, or you have to be some sort of guru who's trained for years. Meditation is really, really simple. And that's why I describe it to my friends, or I ask people if they don't meditate. And a lot of people say, no, they don't. And it just shocks me, because meditation, like I can function without meditation, but I would not be where I am without it. Meditation is, if we're going to talk about flow states, it's the gateway to a flow state. When specialized knowledge meets meditation, meets being in the present moment, that's a flow state. And that's when you do miraculous things. I do a lot of the videos for NHI, and for example, it's sort of an artistic endeavor. And when I'm editing, I know when the edit's going to be good. I know when I'm in flow. I know when I'm in the present moment. So I'm actually able to produce these flow states now because I've practiced meditation, and I can feel inside when I'm going to be doing good edit, when the music's just going to come in, I'm going to make the right cut, I'm going to find the right footage. It all just comes together seamlessly. And it doesn't matter what you do. You could be an accountant, you could be working with numbers, it could be more of a left brain job. But if you tap into this power, the power of the present moment, it will bring your results higher than you could ever imagine. And things will just seem to fall into place beautifully.
I love that. You just demonstrated there why it's so important to meditate, is because you get into that flow state. And it's with you, Jeff, it's the editing and whatever else you're doing. But all of you who are watching this and listening to this, it will allow you to get into a flow state with whatever you do. Whatever you do. Just to flow through your work, flow through your day, flow through conversations with the people in your life. And it also promotes harmony with others, harmony within you, peace within you. There are so many benefits to meditation. And, essentially, this is all about acquiring, accessing your inner peace through meditation.
And to understand that inner peace is not a weakness, but it's a huge advantage, because we really do live in a day and age now where people are talking, a lot of the self-development industry is talking about hustle. It's talking about kind of whipping yourself into action. And that motivation of, whipping yourself or anger, that could be a good short-term motivation, but you're eventually going to burn out if that's what you're running on. So use that to get going. If you need to get up and get going, use that energy. But realize that to take you further, things like meditation, things like letting go, it's going to be freeing up energy, and you're going to be rising to a higher paradigm. And it's a lot like the chart that Carla showed. People are often in those lower energies. It could be pride, anger, and they're fueled by that, but it's very limited. If you move up to courage, you move up to peace through things like meditation, you're tapping into more energy and you're tapping into the universe. And that's where things like synchronicities happen. So use the present moment, use your inborn ability to do this. And if it does feel a little bit scary to go inside, that's okay. That's normal. Especially when we're new to this, it can feel like there's just so much going on. You don't want to touch it because it's overwhelming. But the reality is, the more you experience what's going on inside, the less you run away from it. It's actually going to move through you. Just by feeling it, you're going to be letting it go, because these feelings and these thoughts just want to be heard. And once they're heard, they're going to move out of your system, and it's going to be left with a beautiful spaciousness, and it's going to be left with peace of mind. And at our core, we are peace of mind. That's the beautiful thing. That's what we are. Once you lift it all up, it's peace, it's beauty, it's intuition, it's creativity. It's beautiful.
I love that you mentioned all of that. The two things that you said there, you mentioned the emotional scale, the emotional chart, right? So it's so true that when you meditate, you move your way up that, I call it an emotional scale. You move yourself up the scale from frustration. There you go.
Beautiful.
The emotional vibration chart. Okay. So you can be sitting at shame or guilt about something, apathy, grief, fear. And as you move your way up, now understand how powerful meditation is. So the moment you come back to you focus on your breath. And I do suggest closing your eyes, because when you close your eyes and place your hand on your heart, okay, I want everyone to do this right now as I'm speaking. Look at this chart, really take it in, and the colors themselves are powerful. But I want you to now just close your eyes for a moment and feel how you're feeling right now. Feel how you might have come in the session, however you're feeling. And I want you to just be okay with that. Just accept it. Whether you're feeling any, fear or grief or stress of any kind, whatever it is. And as you close your eyes and you're feeling the in-breath and the out-breath, with your hand on your heart, because when you place your hand on your heart, it brings you instantly back to you. You are the most important person in your life, because without you, nothing happens in your world. So this time is really, really important. So feeling the in-breath and the out-breath. The hand is on the heart. And just take a deep breath into the chest, into the heart center. Hold for 3. 1, 2, 3, and then breathe it out. And take another deep breath into the heart. Hold for 3. And breathe it all out. And then one more deep breath in. And then breathe it out. Just remain there, gently breathing in and out. I want you to just feel your emotions. Feel how you're feeling at this point. Just having taken those beautiful deep breaths. present to your breath, present to your body, present to my voice. And with each in and out breath, be aware that you're breathing out any negative emotion that may have been there before. Just breathe it out, let it go. Breathing in life force energy, love energy, and you're breathing out the residue of the negative emotions. And I want you to feel a sense of acceptance. Through this process of breathing in and out and letting go, bring your awareness to having reached on this emotional scale the level of acceptance. And in this space of acceptance, as you breathe in and out, I want you to say to yourself, all is very, very well in my world. All is very, very well in my world. All is well. All is well. All is well. I'm going to say some statements now, and I want you to repeat them after me in this space of acceptance. I am love. I am all that I am. I am joy. I am one with joy. I am peace. I am one with peace. And I want you to really feel that sense of peace that you state you are, because what you say goes. You are what you say you are. I am peace. I am free. I am free to be me. I am love. I am one with divine infinite spirit. I am divine infinite spirit. All is very, very well. Just bring your awareness back to the breath in this space. Remain in this beautiful space. Feeling the hand on your heart. Feel this spaciousness. Spaciousness in your mind and in your body. Peace and spaciousness. leaving room for divine inspiration. Free and at peace. And take 3 beautiful deep breaths. And just give thanks that you've given yourself this time. Feel gratitude for yourself. Taking one more breath in and out. When you're ready, you can gently lower your hands back down. And opening your eyes and coming back to me. Coming back to us. Just take a moment to look at that chart as you've opened your eyes and notice how much brighter those colors are. And I want you to look at where you are on the scale now. I took you all the way up to peace. And some of you may be feeling quite enlightened through that process, but it is a process to practice. I would love to know how people are feeling. Thank you for sharing that chart. How are you feeling, Jeff?
I'm just blissed out. I feel like I just floated off. That was
I bliss out just giving that. I just guiding that. I bliss out myself.
I almost forgot we were live. I was like, oh yeah, that was really good.
I would love some comments about how you're feeling. How were you feeling before, and how are you feeling now? Feeling enlightened. That's wonderful. I don't know who that is, but I'm very, very happy. That's great. And it doesn't take long to get to that space. Spaciousness, Jeff. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Keep them coming. Joyfully peaceful. Thank you, Vicky. Beautiful Vicky. Feel in peace. Thank you, Minna. What were you feeling before? I'd love to hear from someone who may have been feeling in a negative space before we did that process. And then how are you feeling? Did it move you up the scale? Felt stressed before, much better now. Thank you. Wonderful. Yes. And you did that. You did that yourself. You took yourself through that. Peace, calm, and rested. Thank you, Bethan. Thank you. And so simply taking yourself through that process, whether guided or with yourself, that will build your sense of peace on a daily basis, a minute by minute basis. Peaceful. Beautiful.
And this is something that will ripen within you too. The more you practice this, it's almost like it starts to ripen and it just stays with you. You keep letting go, and there's going to be a space in the back of your consciousness, whatever you want to call it, the seat of the soul. That space is going to begin to expand, and things could be totally chaotic in your life, but you'll be able to sense that still place of peace that doesn't move. And the more you practice this, it actually grows. And from doing this meditation, notice how the rest of your day goes. Notice if things go a little bit more smoother, if you have a little bit more RAM in your mind to deal with the things that are coming at you.
Yeah, we really stress that, to make this a practice every day. And especially in those moments, I often say to my clients, I often remember it for myself, when we're caught up in a moment of stress, because here's the thing, we're always going to be challenged. And in fact, the more growth we experience, the more challenges can show up. But that's only because we are able to deal with them. We're never faced with anything we can't deal with. And the way to deal with them is to come back to ourselves. So you come back to you and you take a moment and you do a meditation. You focus on your breath, whether it's 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. That meditation I took you through might have been maybe 5, 8 minutes. And you feel a difference. And it will have you come back to whatever you were facing before, more clear-minded, with space to feel the inspiration of how to handle the situation. So much better than what you would have beforehand without taking a moment to breathe, without taking a moment to come back to you. So important, so important. And here's the thing, right? It really is simple. You don't need music. You don't need to be guided, but have that if you want that. But it is as simple as closing your eyes, going to a space where you're just with yourself. Even if you're driving about, you're needing to get from one appointment to another, you can stop the car and you can focus on your breath and be with yourself. And focusing on the breath means that you're creating space between thoughts. As you're breathing, just notice that. Notice when you're breathing in and out and you're focused on your breath, there's no room for thought. And in fact, if a thought comes in, you want to breathe it out on the out breath. You breathe in life force and you breathe out the thought, and you just keep coming back to the breath. And what you're doing is through the breath, you're creating longer spaces between the thoughts. It's a very basic, what's the word? Not demonstration. It's a explanation of what meditation is. When you're focusing on your breath, you're creating space between the thoughts, longer and longer space. And it's in that space that you allow spirit to come to and through you and inspire you with the actions to take. That's the beauty of this. 5-10 minutes a day to start the day, or any time in the day that you need it, or to help you sleep at night if your mind's racing. You just sit and you focus on the breath, and it won't be long before you're feeling that sleep state readiness.
I love this because those moments that used to be kind of like down moments, like you're saying, like, I mean, you don't want to close your eyes, obviously, when you're driving or anything.
No.
But like if I'm on the streetcar or something, I'll still be aware of my surroundings. But before meditation, before I got into mindfulness, those moments used to be almost aggravating, because I was like, oh, I'm not doing anything. You know, I'm going to distract myself. Maybe you're waiting at the dentist or something in the waiting room. Those moments, there's so many moments like that in life. You can use those moments to your benefit. Those moments are perfect opportunities to meditate, and they're sprinkled throughout your day. Just taking that 1 second to focus back into the present moment improves the quality of your life drastically.
Yeah. I'm smiling because I'm remembering I went to the hairdresser a couple of weeks ago, and every time I go to the hairdresser to have my hair colored, I will sit, and you sit there for 20, 25 minutes. I sit and I meditate. I close my eyes at the hairdresser. It'll be packed out with people, but I will sit. The music will be blaring, but I will sit and I will meditate, because anywhere that I am, that I can actually come back to me I will do it. And you actually, and there's another benefit of meditation, is that try that on for yourself. Wherever you are, if you're somewhere where other people are, I mean, you know, I'm in a hairdressing salon. There's nothing much else I can be doing, right, when I'm sitting there. But if you notice that you bring yourself back to your own state of being anywhere, that energy will emanate from you out to others in the space. It will make such a difference in your work environment, in your family, in your home. If you want to bring harmony to a space, then come back to yourself. Focus on your breath. We are all energy. And so when I come back to myself, see this meditation that we just did before, that created, I could feel the energy of the calm. Even though this is online, that doesn't matter. We don't have to be in a room together to feel the group connection, to feel the energy rising as everyone meditates. And so when you're in a place and you want to bring peace and harmony to that space, then do whatever you can to focus on your breath and emanate that energy out to the surroundings. Have you ever done that, Jeff?
Oh, yes. It's actually incredible. It really is magic. Like, it's actually magic. You can shift things in your life without even being around people. Like, if you find that place of centeredness, so, you know, you might have a conflict with someone and then suddenly they'll phone you up and be like, oh, I'm sorry. Or like, things will resolve themselves without you having to even be there. And absolutely, the energy you're in when you're in a space will affect other people. And those people within range of that, you know, peaceful energy that you're putting out, it'll lift them up and they'll sink to that. So you can literally shift people. It's amazing.
Yeah, I love that. That's a whole other conversation. But this is very much a part of why we want to meditate. Okay, we want to meditate every day. We want to be mindful, to create that spaciousness. And in turn, it does emanate out and create a sense of peace and harmony in your environment. Try that on for yourself if you haven't done that. And you might realize, like Jeff just realized as I was sharing, like you'll realize perhaps that that's happened to you. Even just bringing yourself back to that memory will bring you back to that space. Just the knowing, oh, yeah, that's right. That happened. And I feel it. I feel that sense of peace, just bringing the memory up of how that works.
It's faith. Sorry to cut you off. Yeah,
no,
it's literally faith. Yeah, it's practicing faith. Because when you're taking away that fight or flight energy that we can all get sucked into, and you're trusting in the present moment. You're trusting that the universe is going to give you exactly what you need right when you need it. And to me, that's the deep. This stuff connects with Napoleon Hill's teachings so well. Also, I'll say one more thing with affirmations. When I take the time to meditate before doing affirmations, you feel those affirmations so much more. You can really feel into them. And we know that the more you feel the affirmation, the more it's going to affect your reality, the more it's going to be planted into the subconscious. So meditation, affirmation, faith, intuition, it's powerful. It's a powerhouse for all of these things.
Jeff, I love that you just said that. So clearly, I just want to demonstrate how then even this conversation, the meditation I took everyone through, the connection between Jeff and I right now, he said what he said about affirmations. What I was going to say next was a beautiful tip when you're meditating and you're breathing in and out is to recite your affirmations in your mind as you're breathing in and out. And this is one of the tools we teach at Napoleon Hill Institute as well, is that you work in your affirmations with your breath work, with meditation. So as you're breathing in and breathing out, affirm your affirmations. And what you're doing is that you're bringing the words, even in your mind, you don't even have to say them out loud, just in your mind, recite your affirmations. And what you're doing is that you're embedding the words into the cells of your body as you breathe in, and you're impressing them upon your subconscious as well, your subconscious mind, but you're literally breathing those words into your being. You're affirming them more powerfully during meditation. So yes, absolutely. You're creating a powerful auto-suggestion with intention. That's exactly right. So I really want you to try that on. And even if you haven't memorized your affirmations, just sit and focus on your breath and say them out loud. That is a form of meditation. You're meditating. You are taking the time to focus on your breath, on your affirmations. You can only go up the emotional scale doing that. Only up. And we're all about going up, aren't we, Jeff?
We are. Yes, we are. And I'll add to that we actually have something called the self-discipline camp. I'm sure you've heard it mentioned a few times in this presentation or from the past presentations. The self-discipline camp is something where we get up at 5:30 a.m. in the morning and we sit down and we meditate together. So there's that mastermind aspect to it. We're charging our battery together. We meditate together, and then we go straight into our definiteness of purpose, and we write our affirmations and our gratitude. So doing that very early in the morning is a very, very, very powerful way to go about setting up your day for success. So please look into the self-discipline camp. And also the mentorship program. We have something called the disruptor phase, where before we go into the principles of Think and Grow Rich, we do something that's called the disruptor phase, where we actually disrupt your life with the self-discipline camp. We disrupt your life in a positive way, I should say. We disrupt your life in a positive way. We do the self-discipline camp, which takes care of our morning routine. And then we actually go into a deep dive into the mechanics of meditation. My brother and I do a deep dive. And also Dan Matthews has an incredible explanation on there. And Kiara's also has a lesson on letting go in there. There's a lot of really valuable stuff in there. So if you'd like to get involved in that, it covers a lot of what we're teaching here.
Yeah.
Just a side note.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, this is just the tip of the iceberg. This event is as a blessing, and it's jam-packed. You're getting so much from this, but there's so much on offer here at the Napoleon Hill Institute. Those two programs alone that Jeff mentioned. So, please reach out to us if you want to know more. If your heart resonates with this and what we're doing. I was talking about following your inspirations before. When you get into that state, and you're in a state of meditation right now. You're in a state of being completely connected to you and all of us, right? But here's the thing you want to get. If you feel resonant with anything, with finding out more about what we offer at the Napoleon Hill Institute, your soul wants you to inquire into it. If that desire is there, then I invite you to follow through with that desire and make the inquiry. Reach out and find out more. Don't say, I'd love to, but. That but is just a paradigm in the background that wants to stop you, slow you down, whatever. You want to be focused on the desire, always the desire, and take the step to find out more. We're here. We're always here for you. So, Jeff, I think, this has been an amazing session. People can watch this back, and I know many people who couldn't join us live will catch this later. You'll all be receiving a meditation that I've put together. It's going out today, Jeff. Yes, to everyone.
Yes. Yep. I'll make sure it's out today.
Yeah. So please look out for that email. You'll receive that. And it's been an absolute pleasure being with you all. Thank you, Jeff. I've loved being.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, stay tuned. We have a bonus session tomorrow, a Q&A with the principal teachers from Napoleon Hill. That's us and many others. You don't want to miss that. What time is that on, Jeff?
I'm assuming it's 12. Maybe
12 p.m.
Cleona can confirm that. 12.
Yeah. 12
p.m. EST. Yeah.
Yeah. So join us then. We look forward to seeing you again. Okay. So just be mindful today. Reach out if you want to find out more about what we offer. And I've loved being with you. Thank you so much. Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
It doesn't matter where you are, with your friends, at work, a quiet time at home. But in your mind, there are questions that never stop. Questions like, who am I? Why am I here? What's my purpose? It doesn't matter where you are. What matters is, where are you going? Is it going to be another year of the same thing? Wandering, drifting, with that feeling that you're somehow lost and alone? Or is this going to be a new year? A year of change, growth, abundance. The road to success is simple, but it's not easy. There are only 4 things, 4 principles that you need to know to succeed. Learn those principles and apply them, and success comes by law, just like the law of gravity. To change from the same old life to a life of prosperity, discovery, value, success. To change from the same old life, to start a journey of discovery, of creation. Discover what you've always wanted. You can create the life of your dreams. All you need to do is know how. You can have direction, purpose, success. You don't have to be somebody special. Anybody can do it. Just remember, it doesn't matter where you are. What matters is, where are you going?
I decided to join NHI, Napoleon Hill Institute, because I wasn't aware that I was looking to belong, to have a belonging in something bigger than where I was. And when I joined Napoleon Hill Institute, immediately I felt like I had anchored myself to something bigger than I could have ever imagined.
This is a place of authenticity. It's a place of purity, and I can't think of any other place that I would rather be in terms of learning how to be a coach in the personal development industry.
What's different about NHI is that all our hearts are connected. I really feel what's inside each and every single individual in NHI. As soon as I hear someone speaks, I know what's in their heart and mind. And I can feel it.
The first word that I would sum up NHI, Napoleon Hill Institute, is, I would say, disruptive. We are disruptive. It's not a negative disruption. It's a disruption that will impact every area of your life. We are disruptive.
And I can say without a shadow of a doubt that the leaders in this organization, they're in the study, they're in the growth, they're in the learning every single day. We see them on the calls. They're teaching us how to be coaches, how to reach the 8 billion people that we want to reach.
I drifted for a very long time. And the worst part is that it was an addictive kind of drift.
I'll say I was drifting. So you can be intellectual and drift. You can be successful and drift. You can be spiritual and drift.
It's only when I decided to have a mentor who steered my way of thinking into channeling my feelings through a harmonic melody of life that I managed to embrace a new vision with a new feeling into encompassing a new blueprint that shaped the new reality that I live today.
There's a vibration and a rhythm that we have that is like no other organization in the world.
And I think that's the beautiful thing about this community is that we're all one, we're all equal, and everybody is supporting each other.